You see the root central ivomec is against internal and external parasites. Okay, you see they write it in the prescription that it takes care of indication for the effective treatment and control of these parasites in cattle, gastrointestinal roundworms. These are internal parasites. Lookworms, they are internal parasites. Cattle crops, screwworms, fly larvae, suckling lice, these are external parasites, and mange mites. You look at the body of the goat, you see like a dry skin, because it's scabs and it's eating the fur of the goat. That is mange mites. So they suck the blood of the animal from inside out. So this is used to treat such diseases. So the administration here, in case you forget, look at it here. It said for sheep and goats, 0.2 ml per 10 kg body weight. So it means that the goat that is weighing 10 kilogram, you give it 0.2 ml. Now I was trying to explain what 0.2 ml is. Look at it here. Now these are calibrations. From this long one to this long one is 1 ml. Now from this long one, you have 4 short ones in between.
Yes.
Now these short ones, each one is 0.2. Okay, so you see now this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You see
Yes.
now that's 1 mil.
Yes.
Okay, so this is 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil, 5 mil. So if the goat is weighing 10 kg, you're supposed to give it 1 mil. If it's weighing 20 kg, you give it 2 mil. If it's weighing 30 kg, you give it 3 mil, and so on. So for each 10 kg, it's 1 mil. Now, if the goat is not weighing up to 20 kg but it's more than 10 kg, you give it 1.5. Okay, so in between the center bracket here, you count, this is 1 mil, this is 0.0, that is 4. So between the fourth one and the sixth one, that is 5 is there. So you give 1.5, looking at the weight of the goat. But unfortunately, we don't have the facilities to weigh them here. So with time, we'll get those facilities. There's a weighing balance that you can hang on a wood or a platform. Then you put the goat inside a sack bag and hook it there. You will just see the weight of the goat. So that one will give you accuracy. For this one now, we're only going to inject them with experience. We use discretion. Okay. So that's what we're going to do now. So this one is a dewormer. You can use it once in 2 months,
Okay.
once in 2 to 3 months. It's not a regular vaccine. Then this one is oxytetracycline. It's a broad spectrum antibiotic precaution we are taking because the animals have come from a destination we don't know. We don't know the management practices they've been undergoing. Normally, when you get animals like this, where you're getting the animals from, you ask questions. They will bring you the treatments, the medications that the animal has received. You try to know what and what has happened to the animal before now. Do you understand? Then also the routine, how they've been living with the animals. Have they been completely confined or they've been allowed to go out and come in? What has been their basic feed? So you find out these informations, then you follow the same route. Do you understand? So that is how it ought to be. But right now, I don't know where your auntie brought the animals from. Do you understand? Because if we were the ones that sourced the animals, all these informations would have gotten them in details and follow as such. So you have a trend that you're following. You're not just changing the whole system of the animals. But since we don't know where they came from and the management practices they've undergone, we are only giving antibiotics and we are deworming them at the same time as a precautionary measure in order to prevent whatever hazard or infection that they have that we may not know. So I believe that's part of the information is very clear to us.
Yes.
So we're going to go in there now. We'll restrain the animals, then we inject them accordingly. We are at the part where we're about giving the injections to the animals, and this is a good session, as you can see. Like we said, a place where you keep goats is called a goatry, just like you have for poultry where you keep birds for domestication, and you also have rabbitry for where you keep rabbits. So where you keep goats, you call it a goatry. So this is a goatry section of, or the unit of the farm. Is an integrated system. So we're about to administer the vaccines. So of course you heard a lot about it while we were still doing the talking here and there. So this is a method of restraint, because in order for you to inject an animal, you have to know the organ of offense of that animal and the organ of defense. And for goats, this is their organ of offense. So you have to hold it tightly, cross it the way the young man has done. By the way, this is Mr. Valentine. He's also a staff of the Kester Amos Consultancy Services Limited. So most times you might be seeing him speaking to you when I'm not around. So what we've done is to restrain the animal, and we are going to inject it. This injection is intramuscular. There are different routes of injection or drug administration. You can administer orally by putting in the feed or the water of the animal for it to take it through the mouth, and you can administer intramuscularly, which is what we want to do. Through the muzzle, you inject it deep into the muzzle. You pick a loose spot, most especially like the thigh of the animal. There's a very huge amount of muscle there, so we inject it through that. So this is going to be done intramuscularly. You also have subcutaneous injection or administration, that is dermal, under the skin. So these are some of the routes of drug administration. You have intravenous and so on. So without wasting much time, so the young man don't have to struggle for too long. So we are giving Ivomec. This is administered 0.2 mil to 10 kg body weight. And this guy is weighing approximately 30 kg. So what we are going to administer right now is 0.6 mil. So that's what we will do now. Please come and help me handle all this. Okay, that's it. That's 2 mil, 0.4, and 0.6. Okay, so that it doesn't come out. Okay, let me have the other one. Thank you. So we'll choose another site on the other thigh. So this is oxytetracycline. Is supposed to be 1 mil to 10 kg body weight. So we're going to administer 3 mil of this. This is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're done with this guy. We're going to chain it up somewhere so that we can attend to the others. So basically, we are going to do the same thing. So we're not going to take much of your time. Probably we'll pause the video and we'll get another one. So what we're doing now is to move this one into the kidding box so we can secure it there. We don't mistake it for another one and re-inject it again. So we have those kidding boxes. They're actually for the does when they are ready to litter. So that's why we've done that. From our previous video, you must have seen us discussing that. So Valentine, please, let's have that female. I think she's about 20 kg. All right, so coming, you can see the platforms. This is what we were talking about in our previous video. So the goats can actually live on top and below. You can see if you look under here now, you can see the droppings of the goats. They are all there, so it can be swept and gathered and used for organic manure. So this is the entrance. The goats climb from here, so they have easy access to the top part. If you come up now, so you can see we have this area for their feeding. We're still going to raise this up a little bit. The carpenter has not really done it exactly the way I requested. And this is also going to come up a little bit so that we can hang some of them like this. The goats normally don't like picking their food from the ground. They like it when it is hanged. So we're going to raise this a little bit further so that we can hang the food. It will be a lot more easier for them to eat. They like to stretch when they are eating. They don't like feeding from the bare ground. They are browsers. Goats are browsers, so they like to eat their neck faced up. So there are some adjustments we're going to do here. So just to show you the way we designed it. So let's go down. All right. Okay. Let's start with this. Don't worry, this man will take charge of it. He has seen you do it. Tight your legs. Make sure you have a good grip of it. No, don't be afraid. It's not going to hurt you. All right, so we'll do the same here. And see, help me to hold this. You have to make sure the animal is very firm. Okay, so 0.4 we are administering here, so you can see it. There's a loosed muscle here, so you can easily access this. Yeah, so we're going to administer the other one on the other foot. Okay, come down here so that you can see this muscle here. It's easier to access. You can see here it goes in right into the muscle, and we're giving this 2 mil. Yeah, the whole of this syringe is 5 mil. Okay. They're good. All right, so this is how you inject intramuscularly. And once again, we can bring them out now. All right, so come on. Alright, so these are the feeding boxes. Once we have a pregnant female, we'll move her inside for the feeding. Then this is the center where we can actually move in. Um, Lucky, please, you have to notice this. This has to go up a little bit.
Okay.
Let them add another 1 foot to it. So when you have grasses like this,
Understand it.
yeah, you tie it like this. Okay?
Okay.
So you don't like to pick from the ground.
Okay.
You like stretching to pick. So if we have another one up like this will be like this.
Okay.
So they will easily pick from it. It's only the concentrate feed that we can put on the ground like this. So goats are browsers. They don't really like eating from the ground. All right, so this is a pathway for us to actually feed them, and they climb from that path, they move along, they can go underneath. So you can see how dry it is, and that is the best way to keep them. So we have also been able to create space under this environment so they can go up and go down. So this is the goat section. Please, where's the cover of this thing? Someone should okay that dispose it and get those things cleaned out. All right, so we'll take you now to the other parts of the farm and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we have our poultry houses here. You can see them. The dwarf wall has been built, so it's just remaining for the roofing of the structures. So, like I said from our previous video, we are using them all for broiler production. We're no longer doing layers here. Of course, a lot of things have changed in this project from the beginning of the project till now. There are some things we wanted to do, but we look at it that it may not really fit in because it's a very small land. We've just been able to manage it. So you can see the space between the poultry houses is very narrow. So we can afford to have layers on one side and broilers on one side because of the close proximity of the structures. So we're just trying to manage the land. So we have resulted to carrying out broiler production, and we are doing one set in, one set out. That is all in and all out practice. That's, I mean, getting the same set of birds and brooding them, finishing them, flushing out the structure, and bringing in another set. So you won't have a situation whereby you have one set and another set is coming in. The proximity is too close. So we are doing all in, all out management system here. All right, so um, this is the door. So raise this part and the extreme end. So these other sides are open for ventilation. So that's what we designed it. So this is going up a little bit and we'll roof it. So that is it. You have the other structure there. So we'll just take you to the snail pens and run you through. So these are our farm managers, Mr. Lucky and what's your name? I always forget your name. Huh? Hey, Henry. Okay, Henry. Yeah, Mr. Lucky and Henry will be in charge of this whole farm. So you can see they are already showing their efficiency, and they have also learned a lot about how to inject the goats and other things they need to do. So if you zoom that now, you can see what I was talking about. The goats don't like eating from the ground. Just zoom it a bit so that they can see. So that's how they like their feeding to go. They like to stretch and eat from the top. So that's what I was trying to explain to you over there. All right, so let's continue with what we're doing. Yeah, so we brought in the snails. They've been stocked. Let's see. Okay. So as usual, you have the dry leaves on one side and the feeding area on the other side. We just give them proper leaves, so you can see they've taken part of it. And the snails just arrived yesterday, so they're still acclimatizing to the environment and still getting used to it pretty much. Yeah, we'll have some of them here too. All right, so this is it. And of course, we have our greenhouse here. So there's nothing happening inside here for now, so we just keep this quiet on this part of the video. So finally, we bring you here to the fish ponds. Now, this pond is the water level in this pond is low because we experience some form of leakage. So that's why it is always good after you construct your fish pond, you fill it up with water and observe it. If there are any leakages, you easily detect it by that process. So this we have some leakages, so that's why the water level has been brought down. So they can work on that. Now, if you look inside, you will see the bags of poultry droppings and some plantain leaves. This is to help kill the cement content of the pond. Now, if you come to the next one, you will find out that it's not leaking. So this has been standing here stagnant like this for at least about 3 weeks now. So the idea is we kill the cement content. 3 to 4 days when we want to stock the ponds, we'll get this water flushed out. Then we get a salt solution. We get water, mixed salt in the water, probably 20 liter of water with at least 1 kg of salt. Mix properly, ensure that the salt is properly dissolved in the water. Then we use it to wash the whole of the pond, the sides and the floor. We wash it out, then flush the whole pond again, then fill it with water and wait for the fishes to come. So by doing that, you're preparing the pond for culture. So that is how it is done. So once you finish constructing your concrete pond, don't be in a hurry to introduce fishes inside, because if you do that without treating or curing the pond very well, you will be picking your dead fishes the next day. So in order for you to avoid that, after getting your pond work done and well plastered, you put in poultry droppings or dunks from pigs, organic manure, put them in sack bags like we have done, and drop them inside the water, fill the pond with water, and get some green grasses alongside the organic matter. So this will help to cure and kill the cement property or content of the soil. And minimum of 14 days is what is expected, but because the client is not ready to stock yet, so this water has been here for more than 3 weeks. But originally, it's supposed not to be more than 14 days. So that's what you do. Once you get this water out, once again, get 20 liter of water or 40 liter of water. If it's 40 liter of water, use 2 kg of salt. If it's 20 liter of water, use 1 kilogram of salt. Dissolve it properly in the water. Use it to wash it. It helps to purify the pond and also take away any germs and bacterial activities. Of course, you know the power of salt. In water and also in other activities, how it helps to cure a lot of bacterial infections. So that is the reason why you do that, and after that your pond is almost ready for stocking. So I think this is where we're going to call it a day. It's been a very long video because of the training on how to use the drugs, the vaccines, and also the injection process of the goods. So hopefully the next time we come, we'll be stocking these fish ponds with juveniles, and also the greenhouse should be taking shape for us to introduce snails into it. So once again, we say thank you. We appreciate you like we always do. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking, and thank you for sharing. And please don't forget to subscribe, because we've got a lot of contents coming. Just like we said, this is the first major exercise you've seen on goods. Don't forget, we still have some things coming with the pig and other animals. So in order for you to reach us, the number to call is +2348068525032. The number is always on the link below the video, so you can go there and get it, because a lot of persons call to ask, or sorry, a lot of persons drop comments and say your contact. The contact is on the link or the description of the video. Just click on it, you will get it written out there. So until then, we'll see you again. Thank you, God bless you, and bye bye.